Hi, it's Mr. Koh here from recording from my house. I am here to talk today about entitled ministers, Entitled ministers like K. Shabugam, including Vivian Balakrishnan, who says, especially Mr. K. Shamagam, who says, I have long liked black and white houses. May I ask Mr. K. Shamagam, is he really out of touch with the people? Since then, Minister Desmond Lee, who claims that a $1 million HDB unit is still affordable, then continues with his argument pointing to the fact that per transaction it still shows a very affordable pricing. However, then Desmond Lee, who always likes to point fingers towards the opposition, saying that the opposition is trying to, say that $1 million flats are expensive, so you should vote for us, or something like that. Like, we are not asking residents to not believe Desmond Lee's argument. Mr. Desmond Lee can keep his argument to himself, since on the ground it shows a different situation that points to Mr. K. Shanmugam being out of touch. Mr. Vivian Balakrishnan, Minister Vivian Balakrishnan, then has no comments on it. Rather, he then also continues to point fingers, saying that people commented on him being given an extra potch. I wonder, is that really possible? Since ministers most of the times are working in institutions, especially government-controlled institutions, okay, that is under the minister's charge. So sometimes it's not every time, every time it's the same situation. However, sometimes there may be a conflict of interest, which this bunch of ministers, out of touch ministers, claims there's no such thing of conflict of interest due to some transparency that they claim that there is. So, second thing is high ministerial salary, which not many people have these days. These days people are really, really suffering from low income, with the argument from the man in white who claims that it's part of the progressive wage model, that's why your income is so low. So I really, really question the number of people who are hoarding things, to sell it to the Galang Guni at the end of the day so that they can increase their income to pay for expensive utility bills that can skyrocket to $1,000+ if you do the math yourself. It can skyrocket up to a few thousands of dollars for utility bills. Tuition fees, especially for private sector, can also be quite expensive. Public sector is expensive, however not as expensive as private sector. The gap, the income gap is growing day by day, month by month, year by year. Okay, there is two things I would like to talk about. The out of touch ministers with the housing problem, including the high ministerial pay of ministers, including one more thing. I got three actually. I plan one more. The third one would be the popping up of country clubs. Okay, sleazy parlors, massage parlors that apparently sprang up in some areas, including the expansion of the MBS casino. Okay, at MBS, including, I'm sure they are planning to expand the two casinos. From what I know, there's two casinos, the Sentosa one, including at Resorts Road Sentosa, including the MBS one, the MBS hotel there. Yes, there's two casinos. Okay, yeah, right. So the third one is establishments that cater to very affluent people for some reason. For example, from my experience, when I do walkabouts with RDO, I always see, sleazy spas popping up in Jurong area for some reason. Jurong area is the hotspot of sleazy spas, of questionable massage parlors. I would like to request the Singapore Police Force to do more raids, on these raids, including checkups on these questionable massage parlors. Okay, since these massage parlors for some reason are popping up at an incredible speed nowadays, but I think faster than the building of BTO flats. Okay, for some reason I cannot know why. Okay, I would like to hear an answer from somewhere. I would like to hear an answer that could convince me that these massage parlors that popping up are just coincidence for some reason. I would like to hear that. Second is the related to the third question, which is why must those two casinos be expanded to attract tourists to come into Singapore for some reason, when we can actually build amusement parks. We can actually have green spaces to attract those tourists, including the green spaces, the new construction of amusement parks. The second is the conserved green spaces of open green spaces without any kind of construction projects on them, including the expansion of options for tourists regarding like stays, hotel stays, maybe one example is the museum, relating to sweet stuffs like ice creams, including the others sweet ones. There's the museums, like multiple museums, like the Old Fort Factory, like the National Museum of Singapore. Okay, why can't we have that? Why must we, first, expand, the two casinos? For some reason we must have sleazy spas, questionable spas popping up. Okay, we must also have the endless construction of new projects with noise pollution affecting HDB dwellers. Do you really think that the PAP, endless construction project, is a noise pollution, disturbing the daily lives, increasing stress in already a crowded country of 6 million population? Thank you for watching my video and hope you like, share, subscribe. See you next time. Thank you.